Hi everyone, this is Nuala
And this is Matt.
and we're from Evolve Health Store in Enniscorthy, and we're just discussing joint care in this video and maybe some products that you may be interested in purchasing. The first one we'd like to talk to you about, which is vital for joint care, is collagen. And so I'm going to ask the other half here to explain why we would take collagen for joint care.
Well, I suppose, Nuala, with collagen, it's all about repair. We're giving the body the materials that it uses to repair the wearing surfaces in our joints and get a little bit of more strength and flexibility into our tendons and that sort of area as well, for that matter. So I would see it as being smoothing out the little cracks that tend to be developing in those surfaces of the cartilage and getting them back to having a little bit more bounce in them.
And then we come on to glucosamine. So for instance, I have joint problems, so I take glucosamine, MSM and chondroitin, but I also take collagen because they're two different things, aren't they, Matt?
They are, and with glucosamine sulfate, it's famously normally sourced, shall we say, from shellfish. It's a particular little component, and there's quite good research showing that its benefits, again, to repair wear and tear in the joint,
and also to prevent it from getting worse.
Oh yeah, very good.
That's
point.
The one good thing
Yes.
about that I would probably have a lot of joint stuff, but I'm totally pain free, thankfully to Matt's turmeric, which is a natural anti-inflammatory. But Matt has his own. Matt's formula is in listed below.
Yeah.
So that is a natural anti-inflammatory, and I will vouch for it. It is absolutely brilliant.
Indeed, and we're getting, as you say, Nuala, great feedback on it. Its speed of efficacy is terrific, and people are saying that they can feel it within a day or two even. So yeah.
So it's, in a sense, Matt, it's the painkiller.
Yes, but equally, reducing inflammation, Nuala, in the joint is even more than just reducing pain. When we reduce inflammation itself is something of a damaging influence in the joint. So when we have an inflamed surface and it's rubbing against another inflamed surface, those two are doing a little bit of damage to themselves every day. So if we reduce that inflammation, now we have surfaces which are sliding over each other much more easily. There's less damage being done. We've slowed down the wear and tear process entirely.
And and then we move on to omega-3s when you're speaking of inflammation.
Yes, I always consider omega-3s to be like the everyday anti-inflammatory, the one that if we get enough omega-3s, we're helping our body to do its own thing with reducing inflammation, because our body does do that. It does produce its own anti-inflammatories.
And I'm constantly saying to people, we don't eat oily fish anymore.
Yeah.
We did when we were poor people, but we don't anymore, and we have nowhere of getting these omega-3s unless you're taking loads of flaxseed oil and hemp oil, and you will get, that's the vegetable, but fish oil.
Yeah, and eating wild caught fish, which is substantially different from farmed fish, which is what's commonly available in our supermarkets. So yes, it's much more difficult to access quality omega-3.
And just a really quick summary there. So you would take glucosamine maybe to prevent your inflammation, your joint deterioration.
Yes, exactly.
You would take turmeric to help with inflammation within the joint.
Yeah.
And you would take omega-3s for lubrication and for anti-inflammatory.
And then there's all of the other side benefits that we associate with omega-3s, with better brain function, memory, concentration, focus,
and
skin.
Collagen, of course, then on top of that. And collagen really helps your skin as well. So, keeps you young.
Yeah.
I take it.
Indeed. You glow.
So moving on then, Matt, to magnesium. Yeah. Oh my God, magnesium.
Game changer.
Game changer. Like, I know it sounds like a lot of products to take, but natural products are different to medications. You're not as such taking tablets. You're taking a natural product that eliminate in a natural way and don't store up in your body. And that's why you take them all the time to get the benefits from them. So magnesium is a total muscle relaxant, and often when you have inflammation in the joint, the muscles all around that joint are totally tight and totally
tense
like
with pain.
That was just a little demonstration of how it looks and how it feels.
At a microscopic level.
Yeah. So definitely I would say magnesium and Mag 365 will help you sleep as well. So if you have frozen shoulder going on, or you have a knee problem and you're finding it hard to sleep, or a back problem, magnesium will help relax all the muscles and give you a good night's sleep and really help that joint as well.
Absolutely.
So the last thing we're talking about, Matt, are the gels that we have that we find. So there's a glucosamine gel, which does what it says. And there's a wonderful little gel called a balm called horse balm. And then it's not for horses. I don't know why it's called horse balm. Maybe it started off being for horses. Yeah. But it is really good, very warming and very easy on the joint, and not burning like Tiger Balm, but soothing.
Yeah, got a little bit of menthol in it. You'd know that there's a bit of zip in there when you use it, and penetrates in quite well, but seems to be wonderful at relieving pain somehow or another. It's got a little bit of magic all of its own.
And then your last thing is arnica. And arnica is really lovely. Arnica gel is excellent for pain. I sometimes, if my knee was at me, I'd alternate between horse balm and arnica, and that combination really works. So that's it from Matt and I about joint care. And of course, come into Evolve if you need any extra advice. And I hope this little video helps you to understand the products below. So thanks for listening.
Thank you.